It wasn't all that important. And then, of course, they had to be born for it. Well, fortunately, we are born in the right family, so that part's okay. We're rightly born. But they did have some consecration, but it wasn't very much. But there was some real consecration and dedication to be a Levite. And so, he stays out there. 7 is a number of fulfillment, completion. He stays out there until a work is done in his soul, and now he's ready to come in. So the 7th day, which means now it's been fulfilled, and of course it doesn't mean 7 literal days. What starts again on the 7th day, and what do you know? It starts a whole new cleansing. Would you believe it? You think you get through this once, but you'll find there's several cleansings before we're through. Boy, I remember I've seen people who just had such a wonderful cleansing. Oh, they were just made holy, and they were just rejoicing in God, and about a week later, here they were, and the same thing again. Dear Lord. And when they come in, have a glorious time, get all cleaned up again, and then a month later, here we are again. Oh, God. Till I finally learned this is a kind of a long process. This isn't all that quickly done. I think that's why the Lord doesn't take us to heaven the day you're saved. He's got a few things to work out yet. Now, we're not talking about being saved. We're not talking about regeneration. That's all there. But you see, each cleansing brings them into a deeper relationship. First cleansing, after salvation, brings them into relationship with one another. Now, the second one corresponds to the Levitical position, brings you in now so you can begin to fellowship with a priest. You can begin to talk with those that go inside. You can begin to understand. You can begin to smell that incense from the inside of the sanctuary. You can begin to, once in a while, kind of peek through the doors. You know what I mean? But that takes a whole new cleansing, mind you. A deeper level. Because it's somewhat the same. That's why I say there's not too much difference in these two levels, but there is some. Because in the first one it says, he shall shave off his hair, that's all. But the next one, all his hair. But the next one, he shall shave all his hair off his head, his beard, and his eyebrows, even all his hair. I mean, he was a strange-looking sight. Wasn't he? You know, one thing that is quite embarrassing. It's humiliating. And if we're going to really come closer to Him, we've got to begin to learn what lowliness is and get out of our prides, you know. Because, you know, some people be pride of their goodness. They're good Christians. They would never think of coming forward. You know, in fact, if some good Christian comes forward to the altar, everyone says, what's wrong with him? Well, I can tell you what's wrong with him. I'm saying that's what's wrong with you, but you're too proud to admit it. That's what's wrong with him. It's exactly. You should know, because all you have to do is look inside and you'll see it. Except he's doing something about it and you're not. You know what I mean? It's quite humbling. And your hair doesn't grow that fast. But I guess in 7 days there enough grew out, he had to try it over again. You know, we're getting to work in the flesh awfully easy. Have you noticed that? You notice how quick it is to begin to do something with no life in it? It's very easy to slip into, isn't it? We just do our religious thing. You know, we get ritualistic like anybody. You can dance ritualistic, or you can pray ritualistic, or you can sing ritualistic, just anything. You can make a ritual of it. It loses its life factor, and we're just doing it. And it doesn't take us long. Have you noticed that? Have you discovered that already? It doesn't take long to slip right in and do your thing. Well, let's see. Our thing here, we start a good chorus, push the chairs back, get going, and sure, by the time you sing the fourth chorus, some of you begin to really get into it. And some of you go the whole through song service not feeling a thing. Right? But you won't sit there and act out that you're not feeling anything. No, sirree. You're going to get in there and show that you can dance with all the rest of them, bless God. Right? It's awfully, we got to get shaved pretty often, you know, strange it may seem, to keep the dead works of the flesh off. And he had to be absolutely stripped and humiliated, wash himself. You see, God's not going to walk with the proud, is he? He hates pride. And you're going to find that every step ahead in God will take you a step lower into lowliness. But he's never going to tell you what a great little boy you are. He's never going to tell you what great things you're going to do for him. He's never going to tell you how lucky he is to have you. Not ever. When he sent the messages to the churches, he didn't tell them what great little churches they were. He called them all to repent. 5 of them, I mean. One was in persecution. And one, he said, well, you do have a little faith. Hang on to it. That's the best he could say for the best church. So if they come around and begin to tell you what a great boy you are, you know who's talking. It isn't God. God will always bring us down. The things he asks us to do are humiliating. I'm sure you've got quite a little name around the neighborhood, those rare people that dance and get crazy and sing and stomp their feet and screech and who knows what else. And I'm sure at first time or two it's kind of hard on your pride, wasn't it? But after a while, oh, well, what's the use? God, I want you, I don't care what. And so you let go some more. Right? And that's what it's all about. Because you see, he's bringing us to himself, and he's down there, he's not up there. The devil said, I will ascend, but God said, I will descend. And if we're going to find God, we've got to go down. You're never going to find him going up. That's not his direction. His direction is coming down. So you go up to find God, you go down to find God, and you go up to find the devil. That's why when people want to get spiritual, they want to get gifts, or they want to get, they'll get there, way up there where the devil lives. I've seen lots of that. They'll get in all kinds of trouble. But just get down into God, and just get, the lower you get, the closer you can get to him. So, they were to shave all his hair, and he had to wash his clothes, and he had to wash his flesh in water. That's what it, we talked about that, what it signifies, but he had to do it again. And then he shall be clean. See that? I thought he was clean before. Didn't you? Now here's really the third cleansing, isn't it? And this is the law of the leper. But with this cleansing now, he can come in to the court. We enter his courts with praise. We begin to come in. But now don't think it's all over, because there's 2 more cleansings yet. So don't get in a hurry. There's 2 more yet. But now we can come in and begin to get closer into God. You begin to feel his presence. You begin to touch. You begin to move in closer unto God. This is what this cleansing is all about. The cleansing that begins to bring us into the presence of God. But note, it isn't all done yet. And so just because a person just come into the presence, maybe they're just so filled with the glory, maybe they just came forth with a wonderful prophecy. It was beautiful. And the next day, they got mad at you and they let you have a piece of their mind. And you went home saying, dear God, was he even saved? How could he do that?